Oh Lord, pull up in that '04, pedal to the metal, says she wanna hit the flow more.
So, the Atlanta Falcons began this season losing by 26 points. Then the next week, they lost by 23 points. But, on Sunday, in the Meadowlands, they played an equally bad New York Giants team. And this was a New York Giants team that dominated the Falcons, relatively speaking, for virtually the entire game. But at the end of the game, Matt Ryan, the Falcons quarterback, took his team from its own 20-yard line all the way down to set up a game-winning field goal in the last seconds, no time left actually, against the equally bad New York Giants. The Falcons beat the equally bad New York Giants. Anyway, go to subscribe right now for the best coverage in Atlanta for Atlanta sports teams right here on Atlanta Sports Unlimited. And get back to it. Not only did the Falcons beat the equally bad New York Giants on Sunday, after the game was over, they were dancing in the locker room, which was interesting because, also on Sunday, the Green Bay Packers, they got this quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, who did exactly the same thing that Matt Ryan did, but only in San Francisco. You had Aaron Rodgers taking Green Bay from its own 20-yard line to a game-winning field goal also with no time left, but there was no dancing in the Green Bay locker room. It probably has something to do with this guy. Yeah, that's Vince Lombardi. I mean, Vince Lombardi won 5 world championships back in the day, and the first 2 Super Bowls, as a matter of fact. Brett Favre, Green Bay Packer quarterback, he won a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl. The Falcons have never won a Super Bowl. Matter of fact, they've been there one time, or twice actually. Eugene Robinson and 28-3, but I digress. Matter of fact, the previous 3 years, the Falcons had losing seasons coming into this season. So they beat the New York Giants, equally bad New York Giants, and they danced in the locker room. Now, let's get to good stuff here. All right? And let's start with Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan proved again that he's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the National Football League. This was his 39th game-winning drive. That's 8th on the all-time list. I mean, that's more game-winning drive than current guys like Russell Wilson or even Aaron Rodgers. And if you go back to past guys, that's more game-winning drives for his career than Johnny Unitas and Joe Montana. So that's good. And then another good thing. I mean, you got this Kyle Pitts guy. He lives. I mean, this is the 3rd game. It's the first time we've really seen it. Kyle Pitts. You remember Kyle Pitts? The Falcons did something that nobody had ever done before in the history of the National Football League. Okay, this was back in the spring NFL draft. The Falcons used the 4th pick overall in that draft to get a tight end instead of a franchise quarterback who was sitting right there. Okay, Justin Fields from up the road in Kennesaw. And I know Justin Fields had a rough day on Sunday with the Chicago Bears, but that's more because of the Chicago Bears because of Justin Fields. But they passed on Justin Fields. They get a tight end that they didn't play until the 4th quarter on Sunday. But anyway, I mean, Pitts showed up. I mean, he had a crucial 3rd down catch that kind of kept the drive going in near the end of the game, and had the end zone, the pass interference thing, and all that kind of stuff there. But anyway, not get back down with that. More good news for the Falcons. All right, first-year NFL head coach Arthur Smith for the Falcons got his first victory. I mean, anytime you win the National Football League is good, even though it's against the bad New York Giants. I mean, the New York Giants, they began this season by getting drilled by the Denver Broncos. And then the next week, the Giants, they had victory right there against the Washington football team. And the Washington football team missed a field goal in the last seconds. But there was a penalty called on the Giants. Washington football team re-kicks. They win the game. The Giants lose the game. Not good. And then you know what happened on Sunday to the New York Giants. But at halftime on Sunday in the Meadowlands, they were honoring the Giants' Eli Manning, their great quarterback. They were retiring his number. And John Mara, who is the owner of the New York Giants, walks onto the field and he gets booed. After it was over, John Mara told people around him, I would boo myself too as bad as the New York Giants are. Okay? But that's the team that the Falcons beat. Hooray. In other words, if the Falcons want to show that was not a fluke, they've got to come back this coming Sunday and beat a very beatable Washington football team, whose only victory is against the New York Giants. Then after that, the Falcons get on a plane and go to London, and they play the worst team in the National Football League. Even worse than the Giants and the Falcons. And that's the New York Jets. Got to beat the Jets. They're just pitiful. Okay? And the reason they got to do that is because if you look at what's coming up after these games against the Washington football team and the New York Jets, Atlanta Falcons, is their version of Murderer's Row. They play at Miami. Not good. Panthers are a lot better than people thought they were going to be. At New Orleans, no Drew Brees, no problem. At Dallas, New England, Bill Belichick guy. Oh, and then after that, they play at Jacksonville against the Jaguars, who are actually worse than the Giants, the Jets, the Falcons, maybe anybody in the National Football League. They're pretty bad. Okay, and so the Falcons have a chance around Thanksgiving to turn Jacksonville into their Thanksgiving turkeys. But here's the thing. That's only going to mean something somewhat, a little bit, if the Falcons do something with a holiday, so to speak, before that. Columbus Day. That's October 11th. On October 11th, that's when the Falcons are flying back from London. Okay? And hopefully for their sake, the Falcons' sake, they're flying back from London after beating the Jets. I know it's not the Jets of Joe Namath, but I mean, they're dancing on the plane, the Falcons, because they just beat the pitiful New York Jets. I mean, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I mean, all kidding aside, not that I was kidding. That when you're the Falcons nowadays, and you beat anybody, I mean, it's like.
This is my falsetto, wicked potion with the slow pour. This is my addiction, make me wanna go for more. Pale